The Chicago Bulls have struck gold with their 11th overall pick, Matas Buzelis, where over his last 24 games, Buzelis has been in the starting lineup and getting consistent minutes. And the 20-year-old rookie has been showing promising signs on both ends of the court. But just how good is Buzelis right now? And what things does he need to improve on going forward? Now, Matas easily does his best work in transition. Physically, he stands at 6'9", while also possessing elite speed and explosiveness. Those physical tools are enough by itself to make Buzelis a nightmare on the open court, where if he gets any daylight in front of the rim, it's going to be a highlight reel finish. And then on top of Matas being able to fill lanes and finish plays, he also has the ball skills to lead the break himself. Again, if he gets ahead of steam going downhill, he's got the verticality to overwhelm the backline defense. Now, when attacking from a standstill, Buzelis also has a really underrated handle, being able to attack hard and change directions, as well as put together some pretty tough combinations. Watch him here catch and push the ball to his right hand, to then immediately gallop his feet up and wrap the ball behind. Buzelis also has the ball and body control to sell his moves. Notice how he's going to go between, to then again extend the ball and again wrap it behind. And because Buzelis is a lengthy 6'10" ball handler, he can cover a ridiculous amount of ground off the dribble. He's first going to refuse the screen with a crossover, to then cover all this ground to the rim with just one dribble. And that length also allows him to use different strides and pickups while playing downhill. He's first going to take one dribble and lower his shoulder, as if he's looking for the blow by going right. But he's then going to take 1 pound dribble and sweep the ball back across to his left. This is a nice counter off that move, where Buzelis is going to again skip up, but now he's going to pound the ball and shift his way to his left foot, to then slice through the defense with these 2 long strides. And while Buzelis may appear to have a smaller frame, he can actually play through contact in spots pretty effectively, being able to pick up and bump his way into finishes, while also having the balance to pick up off 2 feet and get to different shot fakes and step throughs. We'll see him here first hesitate and attack hard to his right, to then slam the brakes on 2 feet. And from this spot, Matas has the control to step across and get this finish back towards the middle. Now, because Matas prefers to attack the defense squared up, he can be pretty turnover prone while playing with the ball back and forth. There's times where smaller wings and guards can get underneath him. He often gets overzealous by attacking into traffic, plus physical defenders at times can knock him off his base. I think most of these giveaways can be avoided when Buzelis both grows into his body more and gets more experience putting the ball down and attacking at the NBA level. But outside of that, I think Matas is showing a ton of promise as an off-the-dribble attacker. He's got great ball control for his size, he can cover a ton of ground off the dribble, plus he's also developing both go-to moves and counters. And then along with that off-the-dribble attacking, Buzelis also does great work in the half court as a screener and cutter. Off the ball, he's great at finding open space and timing his cuts. If his man hones in too much on the ball or roams out of position, Buzelis has no problem knifing to the basket for easy 2s. And then once he catches in the lane, that length and bounce can take over. And because Matas is such a dynamic athlete, Chicago can also get easy points by putting him in simple off-ball screening actions. This right here is just a back screen, and Matas is going to curl all the way around to get this lob above the rim. And all those physical tools also makes Matas a pretty good screen and roll man, where if the defense roams off him, they're going to be giving up more backside lobs. 20. Now, while Buzelis has a ton of natural talent when playing around the basket, I still think he's got plenty of room for improvement. The first thing we can look at is his strength. When playing downhill, Matas often avoids contact and gets pushed out into these difficult extended layups, where his momentum is being pulled away from the rim, making the angles on these finishes way tougher. We'll see him here attack with a head of steam off the screen, and instead of getting into Franz Wagner's body, watch him avoid contact and drift out to his right, making this layup way tougher. On this play, he's now isolating against Jared Allen, and again, notice how Matas avoids contact and tries to sneak this difficult scoop shot up. Another weakness for Buzelis around the basket is going to be his touch. There's many times where he does all the hard work and sets up point blank finishes, but he simply can't get the ball to go down. This is a nice right-left Euro step on the break, and he sets up this wide open point blank layup that he short arms. I think the issues of both Matas avoiding contact and lacking soft touch feed into each other, because again, that lack of strength causes a big chunk of his shot diet in the paint to be these pushed out layups and floaters, which like we've seen, he doesn't have the touch to consistently sink. I think going forward, Buzelis is going to have to build more overall strength, where he'll then be more comfortable both initiating and absorbing contact. And once he gets more solid with the ball, he should then be attacking the defense's body both on the perimeter and in the paint, which would then lead to more free throws. So far this year, Matas is shooting just over 1 free throw per game, which should be way higher considering all the other slashing tools he already possesses. I think once Buzelis gets more comfortable playing physical in the lane, he's then going to be on his way to being one of the better slashers in the league. Now the next thing we have to look at is Buzelis' outside shooting. So far this year, Matas is shooting just under 35% from 3, which I think is really good, considering how this is most likely going to be his floor as a shooter. Pretty much all of Buzelis' looks this year have been standstill spot up 3s. He will occasionally come off a pin down screen or be used as a pick and pop man, but regardless, pretty much all his shots are coming off the catch, which I think is ideal for a 20-year-old rookie. Going forward, it would be nice for Matas to add some pull-up shooting to his game, but shots like that can't be justified if your numbers aren't super high on shots off the catch. Down the road, if Matas can shoot in the high 30s or low 40s on his spot up 3s, that will obviously make him an effective floor spacer. But secondly, that's also going to open up his downhill attacking game, and Matas is already showing signs of being able to catch and burn aggressive closeouts. Watch him here get the shot pick and flyby, to then be at the rim elevating in one dribble. So right now, I think Matas Buzelis is a more than capable slasher, while showing promising signs as an outside shooter. His lack of pull-up shooting and limited playmaking might put a cap on his usage, but he's got the perfect build and skill set to play with guards like Josh Giddey and Kobe White. He can get out and torch defenses in transition. He's got the ball skills to create off the dribble in the half court, while also having a good feel for cutting and moving off the ball. And then on top of that, he could easily be a 40% 3-point shooter within the next 2 or 3 years. Now when switching over and looking at Buzelis' defense, this is where I generally have some mixed feelings. To start off with the positives, Buzelis is a long and mobile wing defender, which is enough by itself to make him effective both on and off the ball. If he keeps the offense in front, that height and length can affect shots both on the perimeter and in the paint. Luka Doncic here is initially able to chisel past him, but from behind, Matas has the reach to extend out and get a piece of this layup. And when defending in gap, Matas has the tools to cover a ton of ground, being able to dig down and provide heavy help, to then recover it back out to the 3. Plus his length and explosiveness makes him a very effective rim protector on the weak side, where he gives Chicago another layer of size and length if there's any breakdowns. So overall, I think Matas has the build to be a pretty well-rounded wing defender, but physically, this is where it's going to be crucial for Matas to build out his physical frame, because when he's matched up with bigger wings or crafty perimeter scorers, he is vulnerable to contact and getting bumped off his spot. But again, if Matas can put on some weight over the next couple of years, he's then going to have the perfect build to switch and hold his own 1 through 4. So when looking at everything Buzelis brings to the table, I think he's already a valuable piece in the Bulls lineup. And going forward, once he becomes a more consistent shooter and packs on some more muscle, he's then going to be on his way to being an all-star caliber player. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments who the kids should break down next. The kids here.